Wow, wow. I want vagina abs to stick. That sounds so awful.
Daddy, what's that?
Cyborg, I want to point out that you can't say the word wolf. You said night wolf before, and it's pissed me off ever since.
No beta code. I'm surprised.
Not bowing down to the con. That's a paddling.
Hey, Cyrax boy, guess what?
Who the fuck doesn't like Yoshi?
I don't like Yoshi.
What the fuck?
Yoshi.
How do we feel about Tremor? Because I gotta say this. I want to see him come.
Yes, but it's because I'm actually peeing in a bucket at the bottom of my seat. So,
Naitara's design.
You know, you're saying Naitara again.
Oh shit, thank you.
Just let it go.
I'm on so many drugs at the moment.
Great. Glad to hear it.
Alright, well, I'm done being serious. We can talk about the taste of cock again. If that's what you guys want to.
Wait.
What?
This is my fucking ass hanging out. What, bitch?
Are we
Guys,
even
not
recording right
understand-
now?
We're not recording, of course not.
wondering.
Nobody's gonna listen to this.
I hear like the sound of like bullets being loaded into a chamber and like shots being fired.
Is it like an air gun? I don't.
I'm hearing like Russian roulette like right up next to the mic. What's going on? Yep. Definitely taking shots with a rifle.
Welcome back to the Nethercast, everyone. I am Cyborg, and I am joined, as always, by Razor, Shad, and this time Django. Temp has some things going on, so he's going to sit this one out this week. He should be back next week. And yeah, this is the last episode before the game comes out, allegedly, for some people, and it is episode 65.
What kind of horrible monsters would be playing this game before release date? I mean, who? Who, I ask you?
It sounds like somebody's got the
Heartless
game.
villain.
Who's got the game?
What kind of absolute monster?
That is
The
an
state of
interesting,
people.
Probably the person that's laying it on real thick.
interesting
I don't know.
rhetorical question.
You know what's thick? The amount of shots Deadshot can get out at one time. It's so thick. They're just
What?
flying through the air. Thick as thieves, these bullets are through the air.
Did the
Oh,
release
and
date
one,
get like kicked
two,
up in Canada,
and-
or what's going on?
All right, well, first things first,
All right.
let's turn down the volume. I think your point is
Yes.
made.
Yes, Virginia, I have the game.
Virginia? What?
Ever see that old no? Yes, Virginia, there was a Santa Claus? No?
No.
I'm getting old. Anyway, thanks to my supplier.
Supplier, like it's a drug dealer. Jeez.
Games are our drug of choice, folks. What can I say?
You know,
And I'm here to tell you that this drug, she smokes pretty good.
Jesus.
if I had a better supplier, I'd be right there with you.
Do you know how many matches are going to end with someone like blocking the last of Deadshot's multi-shots on Danger, and then he just puts another one out right away? Ah, feels good.
It's gonna be fun.
So yeah, we have.
This is getting me excited.
Oh, you're getting me ramped up, riled up. Okay, so yes, Shad has the game and he has connections, so he got a copy Thursday.
He's
so
playing
that's
it right
pretty,
now.
Yeah, that's pretty damn awesome that he got it. I mean, I expected maybe Monday or the weekend before, but Thursday, that's crazy. I'm super excited for you, and I can't wait to get your impressions. That's why we kind of pushed this thing back by 30 minutes to an hour, because we really wanted to let you get your hands on it for just even a tad, so that way we can get some impressions from you, because you have yet to actually play it. Django and I got to play the beta as well as Temp. Razor gave me his code, thankfully, and appreciatively. That's not even a word, but it's going to use it. I'm going to use it right here. And
a word.
appreciatively. Is that a word?
Sure.
Appreciatively, yes, that's a word.
Nope, I just made it up. So, yeah, so Shad was the one on the fence, though. I mean, he started off not excited for this game at all, only going to get it because he could get a free copy, and here we are. So,
And gotta say, folks, it's no shit. Like all sarcasm, all jokiness, all cynicism aside, I've been here with this thing for about like, I don't know, 15, 20 minutes just fucking around. I went to the basic practice mode to get the free money, because there's always free money. Yes, there's free money. And it feels really nice and fluid. Like, the box factory is dead. There is no more box factory. I love how the control feels. There's nice variation in like the way that they all move around. Big characters kind of feel like they should. Actually, no, speaking of which, I'm gonna try Grodd right now.
Don't get us like completely bopped by Warner Brothers. You're giving away some like flagged words on YouTube. I know, like fluid and bopped.
Absolutely.
Bopped is a flag word.
Like,
Is
Yeah,
it
we're
now?
gonna get flagged hard. We already got flagged.
It's the
You
NRS
got bopped.
one associated with the game.
Getting booped. in
Okay,
the
if it
box.
makes you guys feel any better, I can't play as Darkseid.
No,
Yet.
no. I'm just happy. Yeah,
No.
I'm happy to get your thoughts on it because, like I said, you're the one that was most on the fence or most kind of not really caring about it at first, and you've done a complete 180. So to so far get a positive review, obviously you've only spent a hair's of time in the game so far, but
Gross.
just to at least get an idea of how you feel about it so far, initial impression on how the movement feels, which was a big detractor in the past. That's a good sign. I'm happy with this, and I'm excited. It's making me more excited to know that so far you are enjoying it. So that way, when we all get our hands on this thing, we can really let loose. So that's cool.
Grodd is actually, he feels proper. It does not feel like I'm playing Cheetah, who I was just playing 5 seconds ago. It's the variation in character feel, which is the huge problem I have with the first one, is it's fixed. Consider this fixed. And my
because he's a
God,
monkey, if I'm not mistaken.
well, you might take exception to that remark.
I bet he would.
Monkey.
Sorry, he's a highly intelligent primate. Not unlike myself, I think. If I remember biology class correctly. Are we
Well,
primates?
I was going to question
I think
the
so.
highly intelligent part, but sure, the primates.
Alright, that's cool. That's cool.
Um,
We're right into that one there.
yeah, okay. Let's actually start covering some of the stuff that happened over the week while Shad continually gets his hands on this thing, giggity. And yeah, so let's start off. I mean, there's not a whole lot to cover. It's been just kind of leaked premiere skins and stuff like that. They did have the stream from last week or I guess it was this week, where they, just a couple of days ago or yesterday. Man, this thing is just going crazy. I don't know if it's going fast. I don't know if it's going slow, but it's going. That's what she said. And let's move
These
on.
guys haven't talked about the DLC, have they?
No, we
Just-
haven't done that. Yeah, that's right. We did that on the Warrior Shrine, so I'm getting all sorts of fucked up here. Let's start off. Okay, Sub-Zero thoughts. Razor, go.
Oh, yes. Tell me about this.
His arms look stupid. I don't know. Like the rest of
like
it's okay,
them.
I guess. He's got the Deadly Alliance mask again.
I think that there's just too much shit going on everywhere. The arms are the least of my problems.
Yeah, he looks like he's a man made out of half ice and half robot.
There's so many waves.
Sub-Zero?
There's a lot of
Did you guys-
waves going on.
I guess.
Did you guys see the portrait from him on the website?
Look, check
Yeah.
that out now, because I think I did. Let me just go back.
All right, I guess.
I mean, yeah, it's not gonna like... it's not a different
The same
skin.
picture, really. We've seen it.
It's a much different design. It's completely different.
No, he's wearing a completely different costume. That's
He
I
still
think,
looks
like,
he just looks fishy, bro.
it's the
So-
the shoulder ice scales are wonky, and there's like flowing all over his top, like his V vest, and the stuff underneath that is flowing, and there's just too much shit going on. But he's got a nice head, and I like the ice arms.
I feel like when Jim Lee designed Scorpion for the last game, he actually looked up Scorpion's bio, and this time he's like, "Nah, I'm Jim Lee. I'm just gonna do what I do."
It's I said it last time. I would love to hear this video of him talking about Sub-Zero. If it happens, I hope it happens, because I gotta hear this shit.
Didn't
I mean, but last time he did just say, like, I googled scorpions and I drew some shit. That's literally what he said.
Didn't Jim Lee like design the majority of the New 52 costumes?
Yes, that was him. He's bad at costume design. I don't know why people keep letting him do it.
I have a reason why, and it's X-Men 92. That's why.
Yeah, but that was a
he-
long time ago.
Yeah, but like the thing
That was
about that
before
is
he discovered the military when he was still drawing
He's-
spandex.
he's been coasting on that for a really long time because, like it or not, X-Men 90s animated series is something that's kind of become for better or for worse, a big part of the franchise's history. People love it.
Well,
those are
everything
classics.
after that marks a line where Jim Lee is a different guy now. And he can still be a good artist. Like I love Hush, but that's because he's just drawing all the classic Batman characters wearing what they normally wear. He didn't create anything. You can't let him create.
And I mean, it's not like that. Chimone, like Colossus back then, like really, the dude, you got to show off those like steel legs. Like we get it, he looks cool, but I mean, does Colossus really need to run around in a lady's bathing suit? People have a lot of nostalgia for those things.
Do you want me to answer that, or is that rhetorical?
Yeah, if you legitimately like that Colossus design, that's fine. Tell me about it. Explain.
I loved it.
Okay, cool. Thanks.
I mean, Colossus wasn't really him. I mean, that was the 60s.
See now it gets hairy. So like what speaking of, early 90s comics, what was Jim Lee back then?
Jim Lee did all the ones that you see in the X-Men cartoon, the one from Fox that everybody loved, with where Rogue is in a jacket and Cyclops has his hair out and that Y-shaped belt.
So he didn't do like the Mohawk Rogue? I mean, Storm?
No, he did the Storm after Mohawk Storm, where she's got like the silver outfit with the giant shoulder pads.
Well, I mean,
also a good look for her. Mohawk remains my favorite.
That was a good outfit.
So Sub-Zero in the Injustice 2.
I'm saying, like, Jim Lee now is different from X-Men Jim Lee. There's two Jim Lee.
Okay, so Sub-Zero, not such a big fan of the look. How about the idea? I'm not even going to ask about his inclusion because we all saw it coming. So let's jump on to Starfire then. Starfire, everyone.
I do think it's interesting that this is not by Han, now that that's confirmed.
I never thought it was by. See, I thought he was
actually
always Quail.
Quail.
I don't think it was ever a question. As much as some of us like, I'm still probably the only crazy fucker who like to see him come back as Sub one day. Kuai Liang is like the default Sub-Zero to the fan base. So
he's the real Sub-Zero. The other guy is Noob Saibot. He's Noob Saibot. When you become Noob Saibot, now you're a character of your own. You don't go backwards. You don't develop in the other direction.
But you gotta understand, I saw this like oil spill skin he's rocking here, and I was like, maybe they're gonna do something like new and interesting and weird since this is an alternate multiverse thing.
I mean, no. I guess if you don't look close, I could see that. But to me, it doesn't look like an oil spill. It looks biomechanical, which I feel like he's like, oh yeah, the Lin Kuei made robots. Sub-Zero was a robot in MK9.
And this dude doesn't have a scar either. So I'm like, which detail do I jump onto here for evidence?
Well, if it was up to me, Kuai Liang would always have a scar, and then you'd always know for sure, but they're not as smart as I am.
Do we know if he has a scar? Because he's just, like, all darkened.
Man, he's humble too, ladies. He's humble too.
Come on! You gotta put the scar. It's dumb every time he doesn't have it.
I know, I agree.
It's not a deliberate choice, it's a mistake when he's missing.
His face is shadowed over. We don't really know if he has a scar here.
That's a fair... I'm thinking of more like in Deception, when for no reason it was just missing.
It's true.
Yeah.
It's a thing. And especially with this sickness, like right here, there's cool stuff going on. I like how he has like the crazy eyes and shit. It's all super glowy. Like super glowy. It's not even a subtle thing. Like make the scar glowy. Go with the whole Tron shit if you want to do that. That'd have been alright. Sorta. I don't know what's up with the fucking belt looking like Transformers going on there though.
Yeah,
the fucking symbol.
Yeah, he's got skulls on his knees. It is a little odd.
That is so 1995.
Like overall, like he just looks like he still looks gills. It look like gills to me on his vest. I don't know. And Scaly.
I've been saying for a couple years now that I don't like when he's wearing the fucking Marty McFly jacket. Why can't he just have a smooth vest? Why does it always be sections now?
It is 100% confirmed that Jim Lee does not listen to the Nethercast. Otherwise, we would not be in this situation now. See, the scales are kind of interesting because I don't think they're supposed to be scales, and maybe they are. Maybe he likes the Ice Dragon lore that's new. And if he did, and he ran better with that, and he did something cool with that aspect, that would be kind of cool. Because
Now,
I like the Astra.
You're gonna expect things that aren't gonna happen, and then you're gonna disappoint yourself.
You're right. I've already gone way too far with this.
Yeah.
All right, well, fuck them. Let's go to Starfire. All right, so what are people's thoughts on Starfire?
A lot of people don't like her face. I'm okay with it.
Yeah, she
I think
looks all right to me.
I have no problems. I mean, someone on our group said that she has African American features, and yeah, I see that, and that's pretty cool.
Yeah, why not?
Who said that?
To me, it looks less African American,
Some
more like Latino.
Some dude.
Makes me think of more like J-Lo than anything.
It does, yeah. Well, it looks vaguely ethnic.
Yeah. But yeah, that's
think
fine. I mean, she's an
fair.
alien. Why not give her some different features that kind of... Why she shouldn't have to
agree.
resemble a Caucasian or whatever.
Aliens should definitely look ethnic. Can't explain Clark Kent to you.
No one should resemble a Caucasian unless they absolutely have to.
Now look,
Fate worse than death.
Jor-El aimed that rocket at Kansas because he wanted his son to blend in.
Okay.
Jor-El was never in Kansas. He'd have fucking aimed that shit to the Great North if he had a mind.
He had some kind of telescope or something. He knew where he was sending his son.
This conversation
Ladies and
took a
gentlemen,
weird
the
turn.
power-
Razor, you know, and I know he was really aiming at Soviet Russia, and Red Sun is the way shit really went down.
How the hell are we even talking about this right now? Let's keep talking about Starfire. Like, what this
Understand.
tangent?
I'm not the
Power
one
of
who
a
started
retcon.
this.
Okay, so anyways,
Her orange is good.
yes, I think
I'm busy playing the game and I'm paying half attention.
the character. Yeah, I think the character looks fine. What do you think about her inclusion here? Are you happy that she's included in the combat pack? Fuck me. The pack one
Just call it
and
the combat pack.
It's a
fighter
third of a-
pack one, whatever.
It's a
the hell
third
it
of a
is.
combat pack.
Heroes, derpa derpa doo, and the hoopsha who and the. Okay,
Yes, I'm glad that she's in there for Teen Titan representation.
there you go.
She wouldn't have been my first pick for a Teen Titan representative, but she'll do.
I mean, she wasn't on my list, but I'm happy for other people because she was so much requested.
Right, that's where I'm at. I didn't care if she made it, but I'm happy for all those that did because she was commonly 1 or 2 on everybody's poll, like on the polls that people ran. So can't really fault that at all when a character that demanding is there. NetherRealm's really doing well at delivering on the characters that fans really want to see, other than maybe a very select few from the previous game.
Yeah.
I would have preferred Raven.
Well, in terms of like Teen Titans representation, my motto is anyone but Beast Boy. Like,
That's
I'll
my
take
motto in life.
Bumblebee and Jericho before Beast Boy. You know,
You're gonna piss people off, man.
I don't care. Fuck them.
People
Come at
like
me, bro. Beast Boy's
people
the
like
worst.
that kid. I don't know why, but they like him.
I don't know why either.
Because he's zany.
Exactly.
He's
I
kooky.
just like Beast Boy so much that I can't even watch the new Ninja Turtles because Michelangelo has the same voice actor. That's how much I like Beast Boy.
Wow.
Missing out, dude.
Is Starfire usually like? She always gives me the same impression of like a unicorn. Like she floats around, she's sparkly. Like is she
her
actually
hair's
sparkly?
It's supposed to look like it's constantly on fire at the tips.
Because she's straight up sparkling in the trailer thing.
Now,
I mean,
is
that's-
it just the tips, though?
Well, it's like
It's just the tip, I think.
it's like her hair is like the tail on a Charmander. You know?
No, I don't know actually.
Yes.
It's sort of like purple
Well,
and glowy. It's
It's
just
more red,
there.
but like it's like hair close to her head, and then the further down it goes, the more they just draw it as turning into fire.
Yeah, I think it
Hot.
looks good. I think her hair actually is the... I mean, out of her entire look, I thought the hair looked really, really well animated in that cinematic at the very least. But yeah, no, I don't, as we've all said, I especially, I'm not super excited for her. I know I have no real desire to play her. I know Temp is thinking about potentially playing her. But yeah, I mean, it's cool
I'd like to
for
see
the
her move
fans.
before I.
Sure, it's cool for
It'll
the
be-
fans of her though that she made it in for sure.
It'll be interesting considering the fact that Firestorm basically plays the way it's more or less expect her to play, and Firestorm doesn't really play like Firestorm should. What we were all kind of thinking. So see what they do with her.
Yeah,
I anticipate like a lot of like burning, like high damaging beam attacks,
I anticipate a lot of fire.
possibly some stars.
A lot of heat.
Derpater. honestly, I'm really happy that she's in. Like, her and Red Hood, this is almost a Red Hood and the Outlaws pack minus, Roy and the presence of combat time.
Roy. Okay, well then let's move on to Red Hood, the man of the hour. Too sweet to be sour.
Fucking A. Love it. Could not be more pleased that he's present. I love the helmet design. It's kind of got a bit of a Mandalorian influence shit going on. I'm going to be changing that jacket to black to coincide with his first appearance because I never liked the brown.
Does it come in black?
Well, we know it will.
Yeah,
So
probably
yes,
yes.
it does.
I don't know anything. You're making a lot of assumptions right now. That's a bad move.
Instamain.
Yeah, what do you have, the game or something?
Shad
He looks
slowly reaches for the remote control.
he looks pretty plain to me in that trailer. I hope his textures. The same problem I have with Sub-Zero. Like texture, like him and Sub-Zero both look low res to me.
Yeah, he looks the way he looks in the comics. He's one of the. There's like
I know, yes.
characters in this entire game who do. You stop complaining.
They have said.
Yeah,
that
you're right. You're right.
If he looks low res, I mean, easy explanation. They've gone ahead and said you're not going to see gameplay footage for them anytime soon because they're still in development. They're being worked on right now. They're not anywhere near done.
Right.
And I will wait as long as it
And
takes.
the characters in the game
It's a
look
free
really well
rendition.
polished and smooth, so yeah, I have no doubt.
Let's not be hasty, man. No one out there's got the game yet, even.
Those are not the in-game models. That's pre-rendered.
I would
His design
prefer
is
to hear that
fine.
from somebody that actually has the game. Shad, can you confirm?
I can do no such thing.
Okay.
None.
Yeah, I'm excited for him. He wasn't on my list of wish list for the game itself or the DLC wish list, but he's one of those characters that is so requested that I didn't feel the need at all to put him on my list, and I'm happy that he's in. He's somebody that I would consider trying at least. I don't think I would main him or he'd be in my top 3 or 4 or 5, but depending how he plays, I mean, I like the character well enough that if his gameplay gelled well, I'd throw him up there. I'd include him in my top mix because I do like the character. I love Under the Red Hood, the movie. Jason Todd is a cool character, and I do like that story arc. And I think if his gameplay was done right, and he was less of a zoner and more of an he's like mid-range to up-close, rush-down type of fighter, but then you mix in gun attacks and shots while he's doing his fighting and kung fu, and then you throw in the knife. I think that could be a lot of fun. Make him very shot, so rather than using his guns for zoning, use them up close. So I think somebody mentioned like John Wick style, so something like that would be really, really sweet.
It's very important. This guy does not need to be a zoner.
Right.
I know, but like that, but that's probably what's going to happen. I can't be too surprised if it does happen. But this game, it has a lot of guys who's doing that a lot already, and he's a Robin. We already got one Robin who's controlling the mid range, and you kind of gotta do that when you're Robin. You got to be able to be Batman sometimes.
Right.
Go to your opponent, beat them everywhere. That's what happens. And Jason Todd, if he's just running away and shooting, he's not representing Robin.
Yeah, no, I want to see him super aggressive, using his weapons very aggressively.
There's a point to that, though. He is not Robin. He's the most un-Robin of all of them. He's the Robin that washed out. He's the Robin that says, fuck this, I'm going to go out and kill people because they deserve it.
He's more of a Robin than the Robin we have in this game.
He's also a Robin that says, I'm going to kill people because they deserve it, but he kind of learned his
I know.
lesson or mellowed out a little bit.
He's a better version of Damien in almost every way.
Thank you. Bless you for saying that.
Even has fucking ties to, the assassins and Ra's al Ghul and all that shit. They did this better the first time.
No, you need to read more Grant Morrison.
Oh, what? Wait, which one? Is that
The one where
Dick and Damien? Dick and Damien's fun.
Well, that's when Damien is good. That's the Damien. That's
the good Damien.
Injustice Damien, not so much. not so much. He's a little prick. Okay, yeah, so
People basically feel the way about Injustice Damien the way that people felt about Jason Todd back in the day. So they had him killed off.
Oh, yeah. Oh, I should have said this at the top of the show. We're 23 minutes in, so if you've lasted this far, bless you. But we will not be talking story spoilers, so don't worry about that. I should have started off with that, but yeah, don't be worrying about us spoiling anything for you, because that's just not going to happen.
Glad you mentioned that.
Yes, I should have mentioned that.
I was about to talk about some funny shit that happened with
Okay.
Damien.
Well, there you go. So good timing. Timing is everything. And
I feel like Hal needs to shave.
but yeah, so we won't be talking story spoilers. However, we will be talking premiere skins that got leaked and such like that. So anything gameplay or premiere skin related, we will touch upon. So if you don't want any of that stuff, yeah, we will be getting into that here soon.
Wait. Hal has a beard?
No, it's just like I'm in Kandak, right? And like the lighting really gives him this 5 o'clock shadow from certain angles, and I have this urge to shave Hal.
What time is it in Kandak though? It could be a
Time
6
for Hal
o'clock shadow. I'm just
fucking
saying.
shave.
It is-
Let's think
I'm
about
actually kind of surprised now to think about it. We didn't get more beards in this game, considering MKX.
it. Yeah, it was Beard City. Where have you beard, Kenshi?
There's nothing to like show that Hal has like changed and grown.
I feel
And
like
make me kind of forgive him if maybe he came back from whatever he's doing. with
Actually,
the
yeah,
party
like-
with the
Yeah.
beard.
If he's gonna
There's-
be,
There was all of one visible beard on this select screen, and it belongs to Oliver Queen. Sorry.
yeah, Aquaman
I
I
think-
think has facial hair in one of his one of his gear sets probably.
I'm
You
sure
should.
there's beard gear.
Beard gear. Yeah. Yeah, I feel like Hal definitely needs to go through like a beard phase when he's trying to redeem himself. Not that that helps or anything, but it might.
Wizened, that's the word. If he's supposed to be wizened and we're supposed to be cool with him being a good guy now, show us wizened on his
It's
face.
not a word.
I think that's wizened.
I like wizened a lot, man. Come on. It's good.
I think that they have a superhero who's named the Wizard, or that was a supervillain. I forget what his modus operandi was. Probably
It's a
involves
great name.
Probably involves urinating on things.
Let's hope so.
One could only imagine, and yes, let's hope. Okay, so we're done with the DLC characters, other than we do have some silhouettes. Any guesses on the silhouettes from Razor, Shad? Because we went over this on the Warrior Shrine, so I want to give you guys the opportunity to kind of throw your guesses out there. Obviously, we know who the two in the front and center on both sides are, but
The
Well-
one that I would venture a guess at is the guy to the left of Raiden looks a lot like Azrael to me.
yeah, that's what people are saying. I'm hoping not, but that is what people are saying.
I mean, it's just, he's obviously somebody in a cloak and hood, but then he's got shoulder pads over the cloak, and the only character I can think of with that look is Azrael.
Yeah, I guess
I will be really surprised if that's not Azrael.
I guess Beast Boy in like a gorilla form. It just, I know it sounds dumb, but I mean, if you look at, like, you zoom in to the head of that, whatever the hell that silhouette is, it has like hairs on top of it, like little tiny hairs, like a gorilla or an animal would have. So it's just odd to me that would be a hood, but that's just assuming that even is anything.
Silhouettes, it's just fuzzy JPEG artifacts.
That's true, and we're also assuming those are even actual character, like to represent a specific character, and aren't just left generic enough to be like, oh, we might get a big guy, we might get, our female in there, generic guy on the left of Black Manta, so on and so forth.
I like how after they released the art, they re-released it again, but they cropped the hat off Raiden for some reason.
Uh-oh.
Yeah.
Who could
Like,
that be?
Oh, we're fooling you. You don't know it's Raiden. It's too late. We already saw.
Well, we don't know if they cropped
be
it out
fair-
or if that picture was something Ed already had, and then they added the hat later. So
Maybe
I don't know.
maybe they are messing with us. Maybe red herring. A lot of people do seem to think so. I think it's feasible. They have messed with us before.
I've heard the theory of him being like a red herring for another beheaded character, maybe a Rorschach.
Or like static or anything that's relating to
Yeah.
lightning. But the thing is, the weird X factor in all this, I don't know if anybody else caught it, but in the stream, who was on there? It was Apollo? I can't remember, the dude with the long hair, and he's
That
just
is
like
Paolo, yes.
Paolo. Okay, and he goes, yeah, I was one of the silhouettes in the trailer, and like nobody mentioned that, nobody's discussed that, and I
I
mentioned
think
that
that was a joke.
no, but no,
It
he just
sounded like
says
a
it.
joke.
No, he says it so like matter of factly,
Dude, he
and then they
says
just brush
everything
past it.
like that.
I'm just saying, it's worth discussing that maybe they're just fucking with us in general with some of these silhouettes. I don't think they would mess with us with like Black Manta, and I
No.
honestly don't think Raiden's a red herring, even though this isn't Mortal Kombat, so if they upset Raiden fans, no big deal. This is Injustice. Those are the ones that should be focused on, is the Injustice players, the DC fans. But at the same time, I just have a hard time feeling like they're going to put a silhouette that's obviously supposed to mean a character and then just switch it out. I just thought it was an odd statement for him to make. He says it out of nowhere, and he says it so matter-of-factly. There's no, like, smiles or smirks or laughs or, like, trying to play it off like, oh, ha, ha, ha. He just says it, and then they roll on. Like, that
I'm
was
pretty sure that's just Paolo. Like, when he does actually do a joke and, like, that dude doesn't inflect, ever. So it's like, hey, wait, you said something funny there. I didn't even notice it, and they pick it up 5 minutes later.
Did you write it
was
in
kind
your
of funny.
journal? Did you write in your journal, Paolo made a funny joke today. I laughed.
That sounds like what he would do. I made a joke today and no one laughed. We'll kill them all.
Oh, God. But anyways, I don't know. I just thought that was strange for him to do that. And yeah, either way, but
He won't kill them. He'll just nerf everyone's mains.
I'm just hoping the female is Katana, of course. I think Temp is onto something when he says that the female looks like she's not actually staring at the screen, that she has her back turned and she's slightly turned to the right. So we're actually seeing a behind shot and she's slightly angled to the right. And that makes a lot of sense because the left arm on there, which would be her right arm, but our left, is very, very skinny, like oddly skinny. And the only way you have that happen is if it's angled outward, like way in the distance. And also, I don't know, a lot of the other things line up. Like the hair would be going down the back and off to the side, the right side, which would be what we're thinking is her hand, which those claws aren't really claws. It's just her hair strands coming down. I don't know. There's some weird things going on. It looks like she might have a weapon on her sash. Could be like a sword sheath. So I'm not saying it is Katana. I am hoping that it is, but I'm, obviously I have nothing to base that on other than hope, so I'm just going to let it be till we find out more.
I was originally thinking that might be Stargirl. Because to me, the symbol looks like she's got shorts on. But then I was able to see a bit more, and that thing dangling from her waist, which may be her, I don't know what. There's no obvious evidence of a large staff with like that little hook shape at the end of it that she has. If there is, it's very well hidden. I can't think of too many other girls in the DCU who wear like short shorts like that. I feel she'd be a good candidate for DLC, but I also recognize that it's a long shot.
I didn't see it as short shorts. It looks very much like the sash that Katana wears. Like it kind of breaks like a sash would, but I don't know, or whatever the hell you call that.
I'm thinking Azrael, Stargirl, Ocean Master wearing Black Manta's head.
Oh God, that would piss off so many people.
No, for real. I think there's an outside chance that the person to the right of Black Manta might be Batwoman.
That'd be
Don't
amazing.
quote me on that.
Yeah, I don't see that at all, but that would be amazing.
Like, if you look at the top of the head, there's kind of a suggestion of either some tiny cat-like ears. I was also thinking Catman, maybe. Or it's the upper edges of one of those face masks that have, like, points at the top. So, I don't know, Batwoman, Huntress. Those are my choices.
Super hyped for Batwoman, because that would mean that she, like, almost certainly will have some gear moves, at least. If nothing else, that brings back some of Batgirl's moves.
Yeah.
Batgirl was sick in the first one.
I would imagine for sure. If one of those two makes it, Batgirl or Batwoman, definitely getting the other one as, like, a premier skin, because that just makes all the sense in the world. I looked at the one with the little, kind of circular ears at the top, or whatever the hell that is, a mask, whatever is causing those shapes, and somebody posted a good comparison for Talon that actually matched up quite a bit. I don't think it is Talon, but a lot of things were similar in the way things were shaped. So I think
I don't need that.
It's a far shot. Yeah, it's a far cry that it would actually happen, but
you know what?
Some things match up there.
The Court of Owls are on Gotham, or they're going to be on Gotham. They were kind of really pushing this whole Court of Owls and like the Return of Owlman thing about a year and a half ago, and now he's a Bruce's half-brother in the comics or whatever. It seems like, I don't know, I wouldn't call it entirely insane. It's a good theory. I like it.
It's not insane. I said for the longest time, I'm still saying it, they should bring Dick Grayson back as a Talon, since bringing undead duders kind of back in as their enforcers is their whole MO type shtick.
Yeah. Somebody else
he was like Dick Grayson.
Somebody else photoshopped it to make it look like it's possibly Rorschach, but the hat part has been modified to make it not so obvious. Like the jacket and stuff like that made a lot of sense because the person's obviously wearing some sort of trench coat or jacket. That's because just the way the buckles and everything look coming off the sides match up. So I could see something like that because he usually has his jacket kind of tied up at the waist. But I don't know. I mean, it's really not worth speculating too hard about because we'll know in due time. But just thought I'd get some thoughts out there.
If the other dude, if Lord Raiden is in Fighter Pack 2, I mean, I don't know. This seems like there would be a Mortal Kombat character in the third pack as well, just to round out that thing.
Oh dear
and I think
God.
that
I was actually thinking about that just now. If that other dude to the left of Manta is another MK character, I feel like there's a vague suggestion of arm guards and maybe gloves. If that's Johnny Cage back there, holy shit!
It could be. I thought the other one might be Ermac though.
I'd
On the
rather
other side of
Donkey
Manta.
than Beast Boy.
Oh boy.
Because that's everybody thinks it's Beast Boy because it looks like a dude with like short hair.
I think it's either Beast Boy or more likely I think it's Plastic Man. Plastic Man and Beast Boy made it really high up on those polls. I think they were both in the top 10. And I think that's worth noting because they've obviously are trying to please the fans as most as they can with Black Manta, Starfire, Red Hood, etc. Sub-Zero being the top of the MK polls. So with that in mind, and they said, Ed Boon said in an interview, if there's a character that you thought, man, they should have been in here and they had to have made it, they're probably in that 9. So far they've delivered on that. So with that in mind, Beast Boy and Plastic Man were, I think, top 5, top 6 or 7 on a lot of the polls I saw. But I'm hoping for Plastic Man more than Beast Boy. I think we can all agree.
Nice, but I'm just thinking, like,
Would never say no to Plastic Man.
if we're really friggin' getting Raiden, then an MK character in every 3 does sound like something they would do.
I do not want that at all. I should go on
I
record
don't-
right
I don't
now.
want-
But it's
I
a
didn't
public
ask for that.
apology to those of us long-standing MK fans who were there with them through thick and thin, and were forced to sit through horrible guest characters last time.
I
Don't
don't
you
know if
see?
it's an apology.
This is their way of making it up to us, guys.
Only
No.
if that last one is Fujin. Is that an
No,
apology?
that would be awful. Because here's the thing. Here's why.
I'll take what I can get from Fujin at this point. If he's in
play
Injustice,
Fujin, yeah.
all right,
Oh,
bring it
boy.
on, bro.
Here's why I'm against MK guest characters in general. I'm fine with one. I get it. They want to promote the brand. I'm cool with that. We're all MK fans, so I dig it. But here's why I'm against it by principle is, and more so in this case than MKX. I mean, I don't want 4 guest characters in MKX or in any MK game, but the reason why I'm so against MK characters in Injustice, especially 2 of them, is because they're the characters that we get to play all the fucking time and have for years. With Sub-Zero, never missed a game. Raiden missed what, like 1 game? We know he's going to, and they were both in MKX, and they're both going to guaranteed be in MK11. There's no reason we need to continually play these characters every 2 years and they can't sit out Injustice. Like, are they now going to be... they're so popular and in demand that now they have to be in Injustice.
Well,
so it's just, to me, it's like DC fans should take precedent here, just like MK fans should take precedent in MKX or in MK in general. So it's not
true,
like we're
but
getting
did
like...
they say what they say about, how much money these DLC characters make? Like, that's what's...
I get that.
That's the important part. And
Sure.
so I would be curious to know what the fuck all those aliens made in MKX.
Right,
They probably made a bunch of money.
No, and I'm not saying I'm anti-guest characters in the game. I'm just anti-MK guest characters because we get to play them in fighting games all the time. These are characters that we always play. They're always there in every single game.
I think you're missing the most important thing, though.
It's
If Mortal
combat
Kombat
time.
characters, if Mortal Kombat characters get to be in Injustice, we get Jim Lee designs
Stop,
for these characters.
stop.
Amazing
No,
Jim Lee
no,
designs.
No, absolutely not. And
You're not selling it. You need...
see,
It's
and the
not.
thing is, I'm fine with Hellboy. I'm fine with Spawn. I'm fine with... Hell, I'm fine. Give me the Green Ranger. Give me a Ninja Turtle. Because you know what? At least those characters...
Don't talk about the Green Ranger. That'd be sick. That'd be sick
Listen,
as shit.
Those characters...
know?
those characters we don't get to play in games very often, and especially not in a fighting game sense. That's why MK just doesn't make sense to do 2. I'm fine with 1. Don't get me wrong. I'm fine with 1 being in there. That's cool. I get the nostalgia and I get the fun factor there, but having 2 characters go to MK characters, and I'm not bagging on Raiden like, oh, it's Raiden's fault and I hate that. No, not at all. I like Raiden. Just, we don't need both Sub and Raiden. I don't care which one actually made it. I just don't think we need 2 slots or 3 slots, especially to MK characters, when we get to play them in their natural setting, which is a fighting game all the fucking time, and we're going to play them in 2 years from now, we'll be playing them again. So it just doesn't make any sense to me. I think 1 is enough, and then throw in 2 other guest characters from other franchises. So I don't know. I'm happy with the roster as is, and I'm happy with the DLC characters. So I'm not complaining. I'm just more stating why I think that doesn't make sense.
I didn't hear anything you said after Green Ranger.
Okay.
I've not even heard of that possibility until now, and now my mind is blown.
Razor or somebody said it on their wish list.
Yeah, that was me. He was on my wish list.
If that fucking happened, I would never stop playing this video game. That would be fucking amazing. I could play Sub-Zero, Green Ranger, and Robin in the same video game? What the fuck? That would be crazy.
I have a question.
What's up?
At what point did the Power Rangers become cool again?
I don't know.
The Green Ranger
I really want to
is
know.
cool.
See,
Like,
for me, the Power Rangers never stopped being cool, and that's one of the reasons I was not popular in junior high.
That's
Like,
keeping it real right there.
I just remember like this year and a half period where everyone was all go Power Rangers, and suddenly it's like, man, you still watch that? That's for kids.
I mean, that's
Now
what
they're up there with, like Transformers and
that's
like
just about
G.I. Joe.
everything, though. I mean, everybody goes
Yeah, I mean,
through
that's
that.
part of growing up, is the things you like, eventually everybody around you is like, that's not cool anymore.
And then
Like,
eventually
I
it
still
becomes.
like it.
Well, that's the thing. It
Come
goes,
on,
through,
guys.
it goes through a cycle.
I
You
just-
enjoy it when
like-
you're a kid, and then when you become a teenager, then it becomes dumb because you're trying to be cool. And then when you get in your 20s and 30s, those things become cool again to like. So that's just kind of, it's like Pokemon. It's like any of those things.
Like,
I never thought it had the amount of cool necessary to become a bastardized modern Hollywood franchise. That's all. I'm just confused by the
Well,
whole
Here's the
thing.
thing. They remade everything they could remake from the 80s, so now they're in the 90s.
No, they didn't. Thundercats are
Oh.
still without a film. Okay?
And they will
fucking
continue
cats.
to be so.
And even when they do, you know who's still missing? Silverhawks. You know who else remembers Silverhawks? Nobody. But they
Well, there you
still
go.
ain't done it.
I would
Until
watch
they do-
another He-Man
Right.
movie.
Yeah,
He-Man.
so would I actually.
Yeah.
I think the time is.
Uh,
I think that's perfect for a He-Man movie.
I never stopped digging Power Rangers like conceptually, but even when like whatever was going on and whatever the fuck was going on in whatever incarnation of the show, like all of that shit, even when that became less cool, I was still a fucking fan of Tommy and the Green Ranger.
Yeah, that's
Like-
the thing. Like, I never stopped watching because it, like, I grew out of it like the other kids did. I stopped watching because, like, Tommy started wearing red and they started morphing with things on their wrists instead of belt buckles. And I'm like, this is not what I liked about the show.
No, I like that
Didn't
he
like
had
you
a
become a
knife and
white-
a cool vest.
I remember like everyone was
Fucking
like,
Amy
"Whoa,
Jo
nice,
Johnson left.
Green-"
That was the death knell, really.
Everyone was all like, "Whoa, yeah, Green Ranger." Then there was a White Ranger, and I'm like, "Man, I don't even care anymore."
Oh wait, one thing though. While I got Razor here, did Todd McFarlane make Azrael?
No,
No, he didn't.
that wasn't.
Honestly, kind of an easy mistake though.
I don't.
Yeah, I
don't know
heard
if
that at
Todd
some point, and
McFarlane-
I just assumed that it was true because he looks pointy and sharp and pointy.
I mean, Azrael was created as a parody of '90s characters. Like the whole thing was like they wanted to create a character who was a Batman who was super edgy and had a dumb '90s costume and would kill people, so
Yeah,
that when the real Batman came back, people would be like, "Oh yeah, that was stupid."
Is that what they were doing with Damien?
Damien. I mean, Damien's a little shit, so you'll get annoyed by him, and then like
But he's edgy, dude.
you'll
He's so
slowly
edgy,
learn
and he
to
kills
like him
people.
as he bonds with Dick and shit like that. Like it was
Bonds
about
with Dick.
That's what I'm saying.
Too
Like,
easy.
it's another thing. Like, it's another version of someone who's been in the Bat family, who's very similar to how Damien is, but he was better. Sword was like absolute justice. Like, no, we should kill these guys, and Batman was like, chill.
Well, Damien was deliberately created to be a flawed character who could evolve into likable, and then some writers have been doing it wrong.
God bless you for being so understanding.
All right.
I'm
Speaking of
not.
Damien, he can go fuck himself. All right, let's get to the premiere skins. So the premiere skins were shown
Oh,
off.
yes.
Let's
Talk about Vixen.
Let's start off. Well, let's start off with the ones that were supposed to be shown, and that was. Let's start off with Power Girl. Power Girl, everyone.
Where's that image that you posted?
It's in the place I posted it.
Tasteful. Power Girl, tasteful.
Yeah, way too tasteful.
Somebody posted a shot from like the actual model viewer, and it was less tasteful than you think. I mean, it's tasteful, but
is
it's
she at least wearing?
The way you're using
is she at least wearing underwear?
I disagree.
I haven't seen anything. I haven't seen anything from like the waist down.
Hold on.
The top looks okay.
She's fully clothed.
I'm gonna show you what I'm talking about. Give me a second. It's there.
Her breast size is
it's there
appropriate for the character.
It's there now. I think
that's
I think
the
it looks
way they
fine.
should look.
I think it looks fine.
Okay, wait.
They got it
what?
right.
No, but she's wearing too much clothes.
No, she shouldn't have pants. That's true.
Yeah, you're right. The pants should be off for this.
But
yeah, that's.
But this is a cloth outfit. There are no plates on this.
Too tasteful.
How is her skin breathing? Is my question. I'm not saying that she needs to take off her clothes because of sex appeal, but that thing really looks uncomfortable. I mean,
I think it looks.
That's
like,
the travesty.
Like a nice, comfy pair of long johns.
I think it looks fine. I think that's the travesty, though, of Premier Skins not having any gear. Is we could have fixed this. I mean, it's a very simple things to fix. Just give her the very short shorts or the bikini look, and she would look like Power Girl is supposed to look. Instead, now she has long johns.
Even still, maybe it's like maybe it would look better in a render. It's strange. It's unusual.
I don't give a fuck about a render. I care about how it looks in game.
I want to reward them for making an outfit that's not armor.
That's true. No, I mean they did.
Yeah. Good point.
This is how superheroes are supposed to dress.
Isn't she supposed to be white?
It's
the
kind
costume?
of a grayish white. Yeah. I mean, yeah.
It looks the right color.
Maybe I'm just not used to seeing her like with concealed legs. It's on. I'll have to get used to it.
It looks like it's been through like one too many laundry days or something.
It's fine.
Washed with the darks, unfortunately.
And her hair looks like a fucking wig. It looks like it's completely disconnected from her body. In the render here, in the viewer, it's its own creature.
The face model looks good though. I think that looks good.
Well, I look like Cassie Superman.
I do not hate this. I just have to get used to it. It's cool.
Yeah, I mean, it could be worse. It could be better. I think it's decent for what it is. There's pros, like Razor said. Definitely could have been bad with a lot of armor, especially since we can't change the armor. That would have been awful.
I mean, the main thing I would say...
Overall, yeah, not bad.
If you're going to cover her legs, then break it up a little with a fucking belt.
Maybe that's it. Yeah.
Like, where did these guys go to art school? That's kind of elementary.
Jeez. Okay.
That's it. And how would you feel if it was armored and there's like lots of armor going on, but her legs were how they're supposed to be, and she still had the boob window, but the rest of it was armory? Would that be okay?
I would like that less. I would rather have pants as long as it's fucking cloth.
I'm learning things
would
today.
offer the illusion that it's kind of a two-piece. Here, I'm wondering like how she fits into that thing. Is there a zipper at the back?
There has to be a zipper at the back.
Okay.
All right.
Again, one last point. Props on not having a ridiculously gigantic breast window.
Yeah.
It's an appropriate size.
Yeah.
It looks good.
That's been a cause for controversy at points, so good on them.
A lot of that is whining.
Yeah. Okay. Overall, yeah. So that's Power Girl. Now we have Reverse Flash.
It sure is Reverse Flash.
Yeah.
I mean, it's fine, but it's not identical to Barry with the colors flipped. So why?
But like it has the best looking textures and whatnot of any of them, I think. Like it looks legit like high res in almost any place you look at it, and it looks good and detailed and interesting, and it's still skin tight, so you can see like it's not an armor, it's an outfit and shit, but it looks visually interesting and taking advantage of the increased definition.
I just wonder why the silver plates are on there.
Because it looks fucking silvery.
Because he's evil
and plated.
I don't know if that's necessary. Like, I feel like wearing bright yellow
Yeah.
is evil enough.
Well, was it necessary to leave the back door open? Was it? Was it?
I mean, if you talk to him, yeah, he's like, I killed your mom. But that's not enough. You gotta wear it on you gotta literally wear it on your fucking person. Hey, I'm a bad guy. Look at my pointy parts.
All right, so that's reverse.
Someone made the point to me once. I'm trying to bring this up that Professor Zoom is like the best name for a cute, cuddly kitten. So let's check. Professor Zoom, stupid name. Reverse Flash, stupid name. Eobard Thawne, commented on by Batman himself in the Flashpoint comic that I read earlier this week. What the hell kind of name is Eobard Thawne? This guy in names, man. This guy in fucking names. No luck whatsoever.
He's from 500 years in the future. Maybe that's normal where he's from.
That was actually Barry's response. He's from the future.
Does this guy call himself Reverse Flash? Because to him, wouldn't he be the Flash? Like, how does this work?
What the fuck do you have in your mouth? God damn it.
Don't ask.
Deliberately designed his villain identity to be the Flash, but his evil opposite. He hates the Flash.
Okay. That's what I wanted to know. I wanted to understand. I wanted to make sure this wasn't like a weird case of relativity. I got it.
No, he's the fact that he's from the future means that the Flash came first.
Are you eating a bowl of ice cream? What the hell is
Dude,
going on?
I don't want to don't talk to me about timing shit with the Flash because it's a mess. It's a mess out there.
Cause and effect. There was a Flash, and then later there was a Reverse Flash.
I understand now. I've learned that there's been a lot of Flashes, so I don't know which Flash that he's trying to flash here, but
well, Barry.
You think one day DC will give us Namtab or Namrapus?
I mean that's
kind of bizarro shtick. And
there's a couple anti-Batmans. None of them are very good though.
It's true. He's had bad luck with doppelgangers.
There's the Wrath. There's Prometheus. There's technically Killer Moth.
Bat Zorro. They just can't seem to stick the landing, can they?
Well, no. I mean, Owlman's pretty good.
Well, Owlman is from a universe of. He's actually literally the Batman from like how evil goateed Spock in that episode of Star Trek.
No, yeah. I mean that's probably why it works.
Yeah.
All right, Jon Stewart, go.
Spooky.
What is with his white eyes? I gotta know.
That's how they look in the cartoon.
Okay.
His eyes glowed in the cartoon, so they do it on.
If we can't get Batman with white eyes, why are we getting Jon Stewart with white eyes?
Don't fucking bring up Batman's
white eyes.
They're glowing green. They're not white.
Those look white.
Yeah, he has green pupils, but there's gear that gives Batman white eyes.
There is.
All right. Well,
some of it's good.
What do you think about his outfit?
It's too busy. It's an Injustice outfit.
I feel like he's engineering his outfit in the render. He's making it up as he puts it on. There are just layers and layers and layers on top of it. He's like a Green Lantern
has to happen. That's fascinating. Like the first time you get your ring and shit, you're like, how do I want to look? I gotta, do some costume creator.
It looks fine.
Round 1, get dressed.
It's got some lines.
Like it though. I think it looks good. I think it looks good.
Yeah, it's got some lines, but I think it works. I think it looks solid. I prefer it over Hal's.
I kind of like bearded John from the last game.
Yeah, well, yeah,
I love
he
bearded
needs,
everybody.
he needs the beard or the goatee or whatever. He definitely needs that. I don't know why they didn't include that, but
he does look pretty young in this version.
Yeah.
That's a thing we could fix if the Premier Skins had gear. We could give a beard.
Yeah, that is a shame.
So that's the thing. Premier Skins do not get gear
at all. They get the stats from it, whatever you apply, or any moves that you put onto the gear, but the visuals stay the same. They do have
some of these are going to be fucked.
Being Jon Stewart is a gear set.
Yeah, they do have a second player color, it seems, because a lot of the ones when you look at the Premier Skins, it'll have 2 options for that Premier Skin, like a separate color scheme.
Yeah.
So it does have a player 1 and player 2 variant that you can.
Thank God for that, because those are incredibly important.
They are, yeah. They can make something look even cooler. Like in the case in point, the Revenant Sub in MKX had that really awesome white scheme that you used a lot. So anyway.
That was the fucking sickest White Ranger sub. That was great.
It
But
was
also
good.
just because, like, in Mortal Kombat's always had that problem with differentiating player 1 and player 2. Like,
Sure.
I'm glad they got that sorted out. Somebody was like, hey, there's actually a practical function to this, and it needs to be a little more than just, like, darkening the whole hue of everything or some shit. That doesn't make any sense, but you know what I mean.
Right.
Well, it's hard to find a second character or a second color that characters in MK look good in because they are so... Their colors are a part of them. Like, you can't do Scorpion in anything but yellow. So, but that they
True-ish.
finally figured out, why don't we just flip it yellow? That was...
It only
You can
took
do a lot
20
of
years.
things.
yeah, right?
All right.
You could just make it all black, and then just, like, a little bit of yellow here and there, and, you still...
That would be something. They could be more creative than they've been.
Whatever, I'm not getting paid for these ideas, so we
Fuck
can move
them.
on.
Fuck them all. Next, we got Grid. What are your thoughts on Grid? Are you going to play Cyborg because of Grid's premiere skin?
Are you gonna play Cyborg because of Grid?
Dun, 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 dun. Dun,
Anybody?
Dun, dun, dun,
Does this turn anybody into a cyborg main?
Dun, dun, dun. Dun, 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 dun.
If you could turn Grid into premiere skin for Grid,
I'm
that
sorry,
turns
I'm
him
imagining someone who would play Cyborg.
Dun,
That's why I'm
dun,
laughing.
the Cyrax, then we might talk.
I didn't hear anything you just said.
Sorry, Sector. Premiere
Yes,
skin
I
for the
will be
Grid
playing
that turns him into
Terminator.
Sector.
Well, I still missed that. What is going on?
I'd be cool with that.
I mean,
Yes.
you'd have to change his moves to ones that don't suck.
Oh, did you say if there was like a Cyrex and No, that would not change my mind. I don't want MK characters. Fuck them. Bring me
You weren't
them in
happy about Triborg
MK11.
last time.
Bring me them in MK11. You got me hooked. I do not want them here. I want every DC character I can get my hands on, except for Cyborg.
Yes, except for Cyborg.
Nobody wants Cyborg. We've established
He
this.
is the last on just about every poll I've seen. So poor guy. I almost feel bad for him. Almost.
I mean, I'd rather have him than Beast Boy. So
It would be amazing if someone who had the video game could, like, if it lets you connect to any sort of online situation, you could look at the leaderboards and just see what the early usage is for Cyborg compared to other players.
Yeah,
That would be interesting.
Maybe there will be. Maybe there will be. I just want to take a moment here, folks, just like a little sideline it here, and to any Beast Boy fans out there, hey, I don't hate Beast Boy. He's okay. So there's your support.
I mean, my opinions do not represent the Nethercast. I speak for myself.
So hopefully, if you're still listening by now and you haven't downvoted our podcast this time, which is fine, that's cool. But he's an okay character, and it's not all hate here, guys. I mean,
That's good. I
no problem with Beast
gotta
Boy.
get better at that myself. I gotta learn how to parry that negativity as well.
Yeah, we did good on that last episode. It favored well in the polls. Let's move
Strong.
on to
In the polls?
let's move on to Jay Garrick for the Flash. I mean, I think
see
this
you.
looks great.
I see you on the leaderboards, WB Games Hermione and WB Games Friday 13th.
I like
Hello
that
over
Hermione?
there.
one character in this game who looks like they look in the comics. It's probably like it's disappointing that there's just the one. Like, finally, I see a classic costume.
So, question: with the Flash, Reverse Flash, and now Jay Garrick, all as characters that you will be learning by playing one character, does this make you more likely to play the Flash Razor? Because I know you were showing interest in him.
I was already interested in the Flash, so again, it just comes down to whether or not I can get my brain around the moveset.
Sure. Cool. That's good to hear. I think the model looks really good. It looks cool. Any other thoughts? Before we move on to Vixen?
It looks like that guy. He's got the fucking
What
pot on his head.
do you have in your mouth?
Am I
right
the
now?
only person that does not hate Cyborg?
How many dicks?
I don't want him not here. I'm cool with him. The Titans need some sort of representation.
That's good. More power to you, because I don't think anybody else agrees with you, at least not on this show. But the fact that you have some positivity for Cyborg, that's great. We need more of that, because there's going to be Cyborg fans out there, maybe,
I'm not
and they're going to be
saying he's
listening to
not-
this.
Not saying he's not bland. I just think that he deserves a place on the roster.
You know what? I would like Cyborg. It's not that I don't like Cyborg. It's that I don't like Injustice Universe Cyborg.
I agree with that. That is how I feel. It's not like I hate the character. It's that the gameplay, I'm not a fan of his gameplay in the games, and yeah, the Injustice Cyborg, yeah, not a fan.
Also, I don't like the movie Cyborg.
Like if he could just be like he was in the cartoon, where he's a fun guy who builds his own car and says "booyah" all the time.
Yeah,
I like that guy.
I agree with
That
that.
guy's pretty cool.
He's a good guy.
That guy's great.
He's a good friend. All right, let's move on to Vixen.
Nailed it.
Yeah, Vixen. Vixen looks good.
I mean, she looks good. She looks like Vixen.
But of
I
course,
didn't
the
know this
problem
character
people are,
existed until
I mean,
today.
there's
of course, the
So
problem
there's-
people are having is the fact that she is a premier skin for Cheetah, and her powers are pretty much we're in Firestorm territory, where it's like that's not how she's playing.
well,
But okay, if it's as close as we can get.
there's sort of, I mean, theoretically, Vixen can do anything an animal can do, but
I am
in
resisting the
comics,
Spider-Man
shows in
joke.
the cartoon, all she ever does is copy an animal that gives her strength or speed. So making her a cheetah skin is fine.
Yeah,
A lot of Vixen fans out there.
yeah. She was a high. I don't know what the hell happened, but in the past couple weeks, I've seen her skyrocket in terms of people asking for her. She was not topping, but she was on a lot of the polls where they pitted like Vixen versus Katana or whatever character matchups. I don't remember, her versus Mara. She was winning most of those, so I don't know what the hell happened there. So yeah, her fans kind of came out of the woodwork.
I don't even know what's going on anymore.
But yeah, her model looks good, and I'm happy to see her included because that's one more female you can add to the roster. So I think that's
Yeah, it's technically
cool.
3 Catwomans. 3 Catwomans in this game.
There you go.
Meow.
Okay.
Just give us Lion-O, you know?
What is it with you guys and Thundercats?
I'm not a fan, but
I'm not
way.
a fan of Thundercats.
Explain
but
to
if we're
me
gonna
what-
have,
Explain to me what the deal with everyone in Power Rangers is, and I'll explain to you what the deal is with Thundercats.
we did.
Okay,
we
okay.
told you.
We did that
I mean, they
already.
have-
About it.
They turn into superheroes. They have dinosaurs, giant robot dinosaurs.
Fuck that
turn
noise. You don't need to explain yourself. Let's talk about Vixen. Vixen looks good. There we go. Okay. So
And Captain Cold's got the best fucking throw in this.
She's
game.
wearing Black Panther's necklace.
That's not his. He doesn't own that.
Oh
the
my
fuck?
god. Oh
That's her necklace. That's the source of her powers. It's a magic totem animal necklace.
Isn't that the same with him? Almost.
No, he doesn't. Black Panther's power
Wait a minute.
is like eating an herb. He just wears a necklace. It's not like a thing.
Okay.
So you're telling me that NetherRealm made a character who's playable in a NetherRealm fighting game who uses a secret amulet full of power.
Yes. Yes, there is a character in this NetherRealm game who gets magic powers from an amulet. That's true.
Man, they were so close. They were so close.
Does any of the 3 of these Catwomans have an animality?
just
That would be sick. That would be sick.
Aren't Vixen's more like that's like a fox?
animality.
I don't care.
Animality.
Not a cat.
You can do that. It's a gear move. You unlock it, you get to fucking do an animality.
Animality.
I mean, Catwoman had an animality in her MK versus DC ending.
Feel your animality.
Let's talk about that game for an hour.
All right.
Harley-
So
Harley Quinn Super is kind of an animality.
there you go. All right, let's move on. And the final one here to mention, kind of, there's a potential one. We're not really sure.
Well,
What is it?
I think we have 2 to cover here.
What do we have beyond the obvious one that I've
We have
purposely left out for last? So what's the
We
other
have-
one that I'm forgetting?
we have Jay Garrick as the Flash.
We did that.
We
Did
already did that. What
We
is
did? All right. I'm sorry. I'm too
We
busy
meant-
playing
did you,
other things.
did you have something to say about Jay that you?
Excuse me, are you doing something more important than this?
Maybe.
It better be Injustice because there is nothing else. Anyways.
If you were doing anything shy of playing Injustice 2
If you
right
somehow
now,
magically got the
But
game
that's
early.
impossible. That's
Okay.
impossible.
All right. I think
I'm
we've
so
milked. I think we've hammed that up quite a bit for this episode.
I should pay attention.
Have we mentioned that
No, you know
Shad
what?
got the game?
Down.
Okay, so
I did not actually get to chime in on Jay Garrick, and I think
Go
he
for
looks
it.
pretty
he
looks pretty good.
Okay, pretty good.
I appreciate the fact that he actually looks like a dude from old times with like a flashy shirt for those times, you know?
Ah, I see what you did there. Okay,
Unintentional, but yeah.
I
he
think
looks
it was
like a
more
super-
intentional
out of
than you're
those
letting
days.
on.
It's good.
I would like more old-timey Justice Society characters.
Yes, I would. I would too. Thank you.
Okay, all right. The main event here, the one that's gonna rile them up, just knock them down. We have
I mean, if you want to call it main event, that's cool.
Nightwing. I'm just kidding. Okay. Mr. Freeze, go ahead and discuss.
Senior.
No! Please, God! Why? No! How did you get it this wrong? No!
The guy who will die if his skin is exposed has bare arms and no helmet.
To be fair, that is his new 52. Not that that helps anything, but
Everyone hated the new 52 costume. Like, don't any of these people actually use the internet?
maybe
Nobody likes
No.
that outfit.
Maybe it was WB pushing it, and they were all like, "Good."
I mean, if WB pushed an outfit on me, I'd be like, really? This is where your priorities are at?
But he's wearing a helmet in the new I'm looking at.
Yep,
He's still got the helmet.
yep, he does.
Why doesn't he have the helmet?
It's a good question.
Where is the helmet?
Good question.
If he had the helmet, I just say, okay, this is kind of really ugly, and why does he have an erection, and leave it at that? But he is missing his helmet.
Look, him and Nora have been separated for a long time.
What the fuck?
She's trapped in that fucking glass tube. What's he gonna do with himself?
This is like Batman walked into a fight and said, oops, you can tell I'm actually Bruce Wayne because one of my most distinguished and iconic features is missing from my person. It's like the Joker came in sad, without a smile.
I've
It's
seen
like-
that Joker.
It's
was
like
dumb.
the Penguin came in without all of his umbrellas. And he was not fat.
I've
How
seen
did
that
you
too.
do this?
He wanted to
How
get
do you
healthy.
do this?
You know,
Okay.
I'm gonna
was
say
like-
that I appreciate your passion.
It is like Clayface came in, except he was made of logs and not clay.
Log face.
What
You
the-
had one job. What happened?
Django, you want to chime in here?
You know, it's definitely a version of the new 52 design. It's a little funny because that universe I don't think exists anymore. So
I mean, technically, it's the same continuity they're doing now. They're just slowly blending things back into the way they were.
yeah, technically, but you know, they're blending it so much that Superman's collarbones just came out again majestically. It's the important things are happening, but not the important things are happening with Mr. Freeze. But I'm glad that he's there, I guess. I'm bummed to hear about that gear thing, because I forgot when you said that a minute ago. I'm like, I'm pissed about that because of some character, but I couldn't remember which one.
Yeah,
It's
yeah.
like,
This is another thing that we could fix this with gear,
Yeah.
but no.
That's a thing. But you know, I'm gonna glass half full. Maybe there's some fun Nora dialogue. That's all I got.
Well, his
Maybe-
his voice actor's got to be good. I mean,
Maybe
if
he'll
it's
have
not
an
good,
Austrian
then yeah.
to make a lot of puns.
Okay, here's where I'm at with this.
All right, let's hear it.
Because this is a character that I said I would potentially make my number 4, depending how good he looked, how good his design is. If he doesn't look good, then I probably won't spend my time learning Captain Cold.
Your number 4?
Yeah, like a character that I really
Number
wanted to play.
Boy,
because-
it's like I mean, it's pretty far down on the list there.
Well, I mean, I got a lot of characters I want to play here.
Bloodthirsty battle for number 4. They're gonna have tryouts down there.
Make it fast. All right.
Okay, it's okay. It's okay.
So,
I mean, I've got 4 characters in MKX.
anyways, here's my thoughts. I fucking love it.
Really?
I fucking love it.
Why?
You better. You better.
What has happened to you? Do you have a tumor?
He's gotten happy. That's a good attitude, man.
I mean, he's gonna die. It's too warm.
Okay. Here's my thoughts, okay? I do not love this design.
Okay, thank you.
All right. So here's where
What a
I'm at.
twist.
I don't hate it. I don't love it. I don't think it's good. I don't think it's horrible. I think it's slightly worse than okay. And here's why. Here's why I make such a distinction, because yeah, this is not at all the Mr. Freeze I wanted. This is what I was afraid of when Captain Cold, or when we learned that he was going to be a skin. I was a little afraid because whatever we were given, we were set with. We could not change, we could not alter, there was nothing. So whatever they gave us had to be amazing, or at least good, and we did not get either of those things. Instead, we got this. And yeah, I don't like his new 52 outfit either. I just don't know what the hell. I mean, Captain Cold's not like a scrawny dude in this game, so I don't know why they couldn't build him up. They clearly wanted this look for him. It wasn't just based on, oh, we got to make him, somewhat in the shape of Captain Cold to make it work. No, that is not what happened here. He looks very scrawny compared to Captain Cold. So, with that being said, I could get used to this outfit. I could get used to the fucking exposed arms. I could get used to the pants and all the weird fucking erection thing that he's got going on. The taped down erection. I could get used to all of that. The one thing that makes me just really set it over the edge below okay for me is, why didn't they include his fucking fishbowl? Why did he not get that? Give us the fucking dome helmet.
He needs it to live.
No, I mean, it's just, that would have at least made this design look a little bit cooler. No pun fucking intended. It's just, it's hard for me to look at this without at least the damn clear dome. That could have at least helped this a little bit. It would not have made it good, but it would have made it okay. Just very average, 5 out of 10. Instead, we got this. So it's very frustrating to me how such a simple aspect of the character is just being left out. And the only reason I can think of is the animations were not working with it, so it was left out. Granted, we have not seen him in gameplay. Maybe for some reason he gets it and in gameplay actually has it. I don't fucking know. That would be great, but unfortunately I doubt that, because if you're doing a model viewer, you would want to be viewing it in its best form, and this is not its best form. So to me, this is incredibly disappointing. And yeah, I don't think we're going to get Mr. Freeze in the Injustice games again. And this is his one appearance. Very disappointing. Very, very big letdown. The only reason I'm even remotely tempted to play this is because I know everyone hates it and shits on it. So I kind of want to play it just to fucking be like, I'm ugly Mr. Freeze. And
Cyber Sub-Zero tactics are good, man.
Yes, it's like that fucking awful scorpion skin that hurt everyone's eyes.
Oh god!
I kind of want to. I mean,
Vision.
the thing is, Captain Cold has really awesome moves. He has an awesome intro, an awesome super. So I could really dig Mr. Freeze. I could really dig Mr. Freeze in playing him, even in this form. So maybe I'll give him a try. Maybe I'll somehow get over it and still play him. But damn it, this is fucking disappointing to me. I mean, there is a post on Reddit that's all about just please, you gotta add his dome, and it has over 311 upvotes. That is a lot for a Reddit post on the Injustice forum. Most
NRS,
posts don't even get sniffed that amount.
If you're listening, NRS, I love you, but you done fucked up here. I've had nothing but good things to say about this game. Almost nothing. I'm even coming around in Gorilla Garage's design as I sit and stare at him right now.
He might even play it at some point.
He's got canisters in his fucking pockets. What the hell is that?
I'm trying to understand what you're going for here, NRS, and I can't.
If you were gonna make
I'm trying to.
if you're gonna make any character very metallic and shiny and built up with armor and have a bunch of blue glowy shit like Tron, this is the character. You missed a golden opportunity here. And yet he's one of the most stripped down characters in the fucking game when he needs that bulky armor to live. You assholes. You did the complete opposite. You bulk up characters that don't need it. But poor Mr. Freeze is like, I could use some more armor, please. I could use some more clothing. It's kind of fucking hot in here. So yeah.
Why am I naked?
I really
needed
hope
that to survive.
I hope he's in story because I still want to see what he does in the Injustice universe. So I really hope he's one of the premier skins that shows up in story. But at the same time, yeah, this is disappointing. But I am still tempted to play it. If he has a good voice actor, I might come around on it. But this will never be. I can't imagine myself thinking. I mean, this is the worst he's ever looked, in my opinion. So nothing's going to change that fact. I might come around onto it if he has a nice voice and cool intros and stuff like that.
Stop saying that. It sounds gross.
Come around, but
I can tell you right now what he does in story mode because I have the game. Okay, are you ready? Here it is.
Go for it.
I see what you did there.
Because he's dying without his helmet. I get it.
I like it.
Yes, that's the point.
And the thing is,
only would have been better if you would have played that scene with Arnold Schwarzenegger.
He's got
that would have been
tubes.
better.
He's got tubes running around from his torso to the back, and it looks like it might even go up to the back of his head. For fuck's sake, if he has like a cold tube going into the back of his head like Bane, it's just come on, just put his dome in there. If you can't make his dome work, then what the fuck? I mean, especially, dear God, I mean, this thought did occur to me. What if we can't put Captain Cold's hood up, which some people on the show, I believe, have said that they're not so sure that he's going to get his hood. Now I'm of that belief, because if he had his hood, that means the animations for Mr. Freeze would probably be a little bit more likely for his dome to be on there. So,
no, this dome situation is not an animation issue.
What do you think it is then?
No chance in hell, because even if it was, they could have at least done an effect where you had like frosty steam or whatever those cool effects are, just fucking coming out of his head, like he's had in a lot of like the animated series versions and whatnot. Like whatever, just have something going on his head that gives you the idea he's got fucking cold air coming up, air conditioning his head the whole time to help, facilitate that idea, even if he doesn't have an actual.
He's got like fans and ice cubes next to his head.
And it gets like a cool steamy vapor, like a cold vapor type effect or whatever. You could do that, or you could do like a special effect that's like like a tech bubble type thing that he can, make go on and off and shit. That's not actually like a part of his outfit. That way he can have like full mobility of his head if you have to have some animation bullshit. But this isn't an animation issue. Those days of fucking the Mataro excuses, fuck that noise. That was never an excuse to begin with. It's hella not now.
I mean, this poor was guy on Kondak
deliberate
is just gonna
situation.
Be fucked. He's like, I am in Egypt and I am fucking hot right now. Can we please call this match off? But
he's gonna be fucked anywhere, but I mean, Jesus Christ.
So here's the thing. I'm still wanting to see him in motion, and I still want to hear his voice for my ultimate decision whether I end up. And also, if Captain Cold's gameplay is really fun, then yeah, I'm gonna jump on board, and I'll use the skin from here. I'll switch between him and Captain Cold. So it's not unusable bad to me. It's just incredibly disappointing.
It's not unusable.
It's incredibly disappointing with how much potential was there and how much they dropped it. So it's unfortunate. And yeah, I'm disappointed, as with everybody else. So
you know what I'm talking about? Like a Green Lantern type construct, just put it around his head.
No.
Just some kind of effect. Like this, it's not ideal, but it would be better than what we're looking at.
Well, it's not the animation thing. It's more like, because Firestorm's like fire is just like a triangle hat that's transparent, and the fire follows the hat. Like,
I know he's got a flag.
It's more his head going through the fishbowl, but you're saying just discard the fishbowl and have it like a cold stream is surrounding his face, because that would not look good. That would not look. I'm not worried about I make jokes about how he's hot and it doesn't make sense, but ultimately I want the fishbowl.
Mysterio did that. It did not. Are we having a conversation about Mysterio? Because this was like Mysterio in like 2001 or 2.
I mean, if you
That's
want
how
to
he
have
looked
a
for like a
conversation
year.
about Mysterio,
He had no fishbowl. It was just cold steam.
I like Mysterio.
I just why I want them to address this because I don't think they will.
Listen,
Because he was
I
leaked,
agree.
so they're not even gonna address it until after the game's out. And yeah, they could patch in a helmet or some shit like that if the fans make a big enough stink. But I don't know. That's just why they could have given him wrist guards. They could have given. I mean, shit.
They could have done a lot of things.
They could have done a lot of things to at least give him the armor, for fuck's sake. Like why
This is
skimp
one of the
here?
premier skins
Why skimp
that
here?
we've known about for so long. Like so long.
Yeah,
Maybe this is a good reason why we haven't seen it until now.
Yeah,
But we still
I was
haven't
about to
officially
say.
seen it. Like, we know this sucks ass. Don't show it.
Then fix it. If you know it sucks ass, then fix it when you have time. Don't let this see the light of day, for God's sakes, until you get.
You're like,
that shit
no,
fixed.
we have to make Vixen, you guys.
Here's what I've learned. There's never enough time when you're working on a game. There's just never enough time. There's
I
bigger
know.
priorities, there's crashes to fix,
Yep.
there's kinks to work out, and
Then keep them
when you get to
Everybody's-
something like that that's just been decided on at a very early point, it's been implemented. At this point, I guess they were kind of figuring, we'll see what they think. That's really the only way I can put
They
this.
are.
Yeah, but
They are
should've-
seeing
And
now.
here we are.
They should have pulled him and just patched him in at a later time and say, "Hey, free Premiere skin for getting the update," or at least sold the fucking thing. Jeez, give us some reason to want
But-
this.
What really sucks is that this is for Captain Cold, and Sonic Fox has said that he's making Captain Cold his day one main. If that goes anything like he has in the past, we're going to be seeing a lot of Captain Cold for a while, at least in the tournament scene and whatnot. And it would have been nice to have a better premiere skin for this guy. Alas, we have
Have they ever changed a character's
Bruce
looks
Willis over here.
post-launch? Can anybody think of a
Not that I
time where
can
they
think of.
altered a character's look to make him better?
no, they gave us netcode once, so
Yeah.
I
I
don't,
mean,
I don't know about post-launch,
anything's
but you
possible.
know, they do listen to stuff like about Tanya's face. That
Yeah,
was
I
all
mean,
pre-launch.
you count that. That's but
But that wasn't a patch before
No.
she came out.
Because I mean, if you at least gave him the tall fishbowl, that's
Okay.
at least something. I mean,
Here's what I think it's very possible. I don't think it's that much to ask, although I might be wrong. But think about it this way. Look at King of Fighters, the most recent one, pre-patch, then look at a post-patch. There was precedent for stuff like this to happen.
I don't want to look at it at all.
yeah, but I mean, if you talk about other companies and what they do, there's precedent for a lot of things. But NetherRealm is not those companies.
I'm just saying, SNK is a pretty good example here. Wouldn't hurt to learn from it just for this one little thing. I don't want to be whiny. I'm just saying it's possible.
all right.
And listen, NRS has proven me wrong on a number of occasions and impressed the shit out of me. Those guys, the stuff they did with MKX post-launch was nuts. That shit was the stuff of miracles. It was crazy. So, you know, I'm not going to just be like, they're not going to do it because fucking they suck. And sometimes they suck, but if they don't do it, it's not just because they suck. It's because someone sucks.
I just hope this is all a big joke, and whoever went to the model viewer like toggled on and off the damn fishbowl. It's like off, so I can get a better view of his face. Yeah, I'll
Or
put
just
this on
that
the
they just
internet.
like put a picture that they made on their computer in there. Like, boom, there's Senior Frio, bitches. Get hype.
Okay.
Senor Frio.
We'll move
I
on,
like it.
and do we want to cover Nightwing? Is that worth anybody talking about? Anybody have anything to
looks
say
like-
on there?
I wouldn't mind discussing Nightwing, but there's not. I mean, there's not that much to say. But
Isn't that a spoiler?
Nah, not really. I think we all know, like, I mean, we all expect Nightwing to show up at some point because of the flashback, so I don't...
and Damien becomes Nightwing. Like, we've already seen this happen. It's weird that this is spoiler information because we played Injustice 1. He became Nightwing. We played
Yeah.
as him.
So, either way, what do you got to say, Django, on that subject? Because you're obviously the most passionate about Nightwing being in this game, potentially, even if it's the gameplay.
If he's playable in any form along with staff stance, and that includes if it's Damien that just even adopts the staff, I'm happy. I'm very happy.
Good.
It's not ideal. Like I would prefer just a straight on Dick Grayson because I like Dick Grayson way better. Obviously, Damien's a shithead who is funny how much he owns. I didn't say anything. Spoilers. But Dick's funny. You know, he talks shit. His interactions are fun. That would have been fun to have. But even if that doesn't happen, we just get the staff. I'm not gonna come on, I'm not gonna be a bitch. That's a lot. That's a lot already. I'll be very happy.
That's your gameplay back that you really love, so that would be cool. And I could see it happening as like something you can actually select. Where, and we've seen other people's traits change, and based on
and his sword is a gear option. So just like and like I said before, like with the configurable weirdness of that's built into all these characters for situations like this, I wouldn't be.
Yeah, I mean, Black Adam
gets surprised.
Yeah, Black Adam can get Shazam's old trait, so I don't think it's unbelievable to think Damian can get Nightwing Dick's old trait. So I think that's possible, and then it opens up some new move possibilities with the staff, as well as on the mobile version. I know we discussed this a while back, but on the mobile version in the store, on the picture that advertises the store or whatever, it's a little graphic, and it shows a lot of people's gear, like items that might be changed out. And one of the things on the wall is a staff. So that was one of the questions I had was, why is that there unless you can potentially change the sword into a staff? So that, in my opinion, answers that. And I don't have doubts now that that will be a gear item for him and an abilities for him to change his moves to be more like Damien. And there is one final thing I want to cover here before we kind of give our last things going into the game is there was a thing on the store when you go to buy the Premier skins. It does say that it changes their voices, their intro dialogue, or their looks, their intro dialogue, and also moves. It lists moves as one of the things it changes. Like it adds new moves based on the Premier skin. That could be in error or it could just be misconstrued, but for them to list those out and say specifically moves, it makes me wonder that, some of these characters might get some additional moves that, say, take your Vixen. Maybe you will get some abilities that you can tack onto her that make her get a couple more animal powers, or
she will have an animality.
Or Mr. Freeze having some more things like Mr. Freeze, so forth. So I think that would be cool. So I could dig.
And I could have sworn, like way, way back in an old Watchtower, I could have sworn I heard one of them like say that offhanded that like along with these skins, and then the first time they were really talking about any of that stuff, one of them used the word moves in there along with the stuff that changes. And they haven't said it since in any significant way, but I didn't think I was completely crazy, so I wouldn't be surprised at all if a couple of moves get swapped out with Premier skins. I mean, you're already fucking bringing in other voice actors to do all this other bullshit. Like, Chimone, swap out one animation for another can't be that big of a deal.
Yeah.
Especially with the gear things, like what we said, like the gear moves, like it's kind of the same thing already.
Right. So maybe they get a couple new moves that make them play a little bit differently, just slightly, just enough to make them feel different enough, I guess. But
just enough, just the
tip. Okay. So, I do want to check back in with Shad. How are you feeling about the game, sir, now that you've put in about an hour and 20 minutes into it?
Reporting live on the scene.
Feels good, man. And I have still not messed around with almost everyone. Few more left to cover. Found a couple characters I think I'm really, really enjoying so far.
Which ones are you digging the most gameplay-wise that you think you might stick with?
I'm scoping out Bane.
Okay.
Thinking about it.
All right.
Unexpected, but he seems to be very, very rewarding to play as. Cheetah's still definitely up there.
Okay.
I don't know. There's a lot to choose from. Still fucking around with Scarecrow.
Okay.
I've actually messed around with him the least. I'm messing around with Blue Beetle right now. Seems okay-ish. Not exactly my style. We'll see.
How you digging the gameplay?
Lot to love about almost everyone.
Gameplay
it's smooth.
Fun? Cool.
Yes,
cool.
Very much so.
It looks good, right? Like that's one of the biggest things from playing the beta. Like this game looks
very
really
well
good. There's like color. There's fucking color everywhere. It's crazy.
I do not have a very big TV. I have like a 19-inch here, and it's still beautiful. It's a pretty good game.
I like that. It's good. Yes, it is.
I'm
It's
sorry,
a-
man.
it-
That's small these days. But size ain't everything.
That's
Dicks,
true.
dicks, 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 dicks.
I mean, really, like if you just like look at a screenshot from Injustice 1 next to this game, it's like Jesus
No,
Christ.
yeah, it's night and day.
It's like what
That,
it is like.
that game
Did
What
not
are they
age
doing?
well.
did not look particularly impressive. Like 3 months after it came out. I'm sorry. And it
But
looks
like they
worse on
just sucked all
PS4.
the color out of it though. Like that was one of the biggest
Yeah.
things. Like you look at it now, it's like this game has it has color.
Yeah, it
Like,
does.
Jesus
It
Christ.
does. The lighting on the stages and the stages in general look really beautiful. I remember that from the beta. And yeah, the color, like the character models look very, very well polished and very colorful. So yeah, they do have that going, which helps a lot. This game definitely looks the best, in my opinion. They definitely ramped it up for this version.
I am looking forward to hearing what it's going to be like, which I'd be able to do if I wasn't, otherwise occupied talking to you, asshole.
Sure.
Or
I do remember the
listen,
sound effects being very good too. But all right, so now let's get to the last part of here. And this is going to be the typical, last Nethercast before the game comes out. So we're going to get some final thoughts for those of us that have not gotten the game yet, on characters we're still looking forward to. And yeah, just last minute hype here. So I guess I will start us off here. And still looking forward to Ivy. Have you played Ivy yet?
I have for about 5 minutes.
What do you
She's
think
not
at
going to
all?
be the style of character that I mess around with. She's not bad.
Right.
She's just like, I know already this is not for me.
Sure. Yeah,
Very
I fear
defensive, kind of like lacks the mobility that I kind of look for in a fighter like Melina or what have you.
that. Right.
We'll see.
Yeah, I fear that myself, mobility-wise, and that she won't end up being the gameplay that I like, but gonna try and make it work. So for me, it's Ivy.
She is fun. She's just not my kind of gal.
Sure. Take her for a spin a night or two, but ultimately it's just not for the long run, Okay, so we have...
You don't take that one home to mom.
No. We have, for me, still looking forward to Ivy, still looking forward to Dr. Fate. Those are my top two for sure. The ones that I'm going to try and pound out the most. And then number 3 is Scarecrow. Number 4, I don't know if I'm going to stick with Darkseid. I've kind of waned a little bit away from Darkseid after the stream. He looked really good, but man, Cheetah's just calling my name. She looks so much fun with how fast she is and quick she is and all over the place, and her ability is just insane to me. She has very cool looking combos and grabs and animations.
Lord Sonic Fox is saying that she might be low tier.
That's fine. I don't give a shit about tiers. Fuck tiers. As long as I play, I don't care. I'm gonna join a damn tournament. So yeah, those are my top ones I'm interested in, including Cheetah in there, Darkseid as well. Those are kind of where I'm at. My top 5, and then maybe like a dark horse, Captain Cold / Mr. Freeze. Even though I don't think that gameplay style is for me, but it looks like fun. So all sorts of shenanigans. I can't wait to get my hands on all the abilities because I think Temp's come around on the abilities now that he knows if he wants to play the Green Lantern he wants, which is definitely a secret character.
Oh, GL is very fun.
So,
GL is nice.
Yeah, he said to play the Injustice 1 Green Lantern, he's going to have to use abilities, so now he's on board with abilities. So with that in mind, now we can use our Mega Man platforms and all sorts of crazy fun stuff. Robin can put lines in the sand and shit like that. So I'm excited for all of that. And yeah,
I like how that's the one gear move of his you always remember.
Yeah, that is the one that I remember. That one, and I guess he has that teleport thing going on from the air. He like jumps up and does the teleport.
Oh, he does. He's gonna have lots of shit. I know he's gonna have lots of fun shit in there
Yeah.
because they got super dumb and cagey during that thing. They're like, he has more, but we're not gonna talk about him. Don't say anything about his other gear moves.
Yeah, and then fucking Catwoman can have her cat just lick her, and then she can get some more life and stuff. So I don't.
Gross. That sounds nasty.
There's a lot of abilities that I'm excited by because I think some of those bring the most personality out in the characters. So I'm excited to use those.
You guys are gonna hate it if I can just get Nightwing's, what was it? He did the air wingdings or whatever you call them, and from in the air.
Yeah.
Oh, I love that fucking move in the first one. If I can do that, I'm gonna have so much fun with this game. That move is so annoying, but it's great.
All right, and
Okay,
Razor,
that's all. That's
what are you looking forward to in the game, characters wise? Who you got?
I mean, pretty much the same stuff I've been saying. Catwoman, Cheetah, maybe the Flash. Rushdown.
Okay.
Yeah, I think they're gonna have to tone down Flash a little bit. You know, they were going on about, well, he wasn't very damaging. We made him more damaging. It's like, this is the room with electricity. There is too much electricity now. I don't know, man. I'm afraid. I'm afraid of some of this damage scaling. I think Flash is gonna be problematic. Ooh, Dinah's a lot of fun.
And Django.
Canary, if like I'm really looking forward, half dreading whenever more people open up Canary, because who said it recently? I heard someone talking about it, but it's like, this is a character that if she touches you once, if she opens you up once, your whole life bar is gone.
Sounds like Sonic Fox. I watched that video as well.
Did you? But it's true, because I fought her so many fucking times in the beta. Actually, not that many. Because I feel like she probably takes a little bit of work. But no, that was definitely my experience from any good Canary. She's the anti-zoner already, I can tell.
Oh god, absolutely yes.
Yeah, she fucking can get right past that shit, and she kicks your ass if she gets in there.
This is what is happening. I'm messing around with her right now. Oh, Christ.
She's good.
My god. Deadshot is useless here. Deadshot is useless here.
It is. That like fucking cartwheel she does, she just ignores all projectiles, basically. Or she can open you up with her canary cry if she charges it full. She's gonna be a monster. But I'm gonna be playing, no surprise, Robin all day, Robin all night, Robin in the middle somewhere. Who else? I know there was someone else. Sub-Zero, obviously, when he comes out. I'm going to be playing the shit out of Sub-Zero. And maybe some Captain Cold. A lot of people's going to be playing Captain Cold. I'm going to be touching him, and Scarecrow are the 3 and 4 that I'm going to investigate.
Nice. All right. And Shad, one last thing. So you touched upon your characters. Trying to think. So you said most of the characters are pretty fun that you've played, correct? Is that what you said?
Like, there's no one whose playstyle I particularly dislike. There are those that I know right away are not going to work for me very well.
Sure.
Like, I'm still not going to be touching Wonder Woman anytime soon. And I'm just not wild about Batman, because he just feels kind of bland, but I'll see. Maybe that'll change.
Okay.
What's your actual question?
Oh, I was making sure that you covered most of the roster, at least got your hands on most of the roster. So, with that in mind, you said you were going to play... Did you say Deadshot? I can't remember if you said you were going to play Deadshot.
I'm going to try Deadshot, but I don't think it's going to work very well for me.
Okay, so
he feels fun, but yeah, he feels like a character that's really basic to get a handle around and grasp. My opinion on him has not changed, especially after like having about 10 months.
Okay, so
I don't know if it's going to work for him either. He sounds like he's going to be a tough character to do well with, from what I'm hearing.
Yeah, I can see that.
Yeah, it's going to be tough for Temp since that's a secret character. So, Shad, then what's your top 4 or 5? What characters are you thinking you're going to run with? You said Bane. You said...
I'm looking at Bane as a possibility because he actually feels a lot more mobile than I was expecting. And
you want to know why he's more mobile than you were expecting? You want to know why? Time to go mobile. Damn it, I just had to do it. Okay, all right. Let's just move on from that. Let's pretend that didn't happen.
Highlighting me on the select screen. Nice choice. Plenty of vitamins and minerals.
Time to go mobile. All right, so... Okay, and then you're thinking about Red Hood when he comes out, I'm guessing?
I think about Red Hood when I go to sleep. Yes.
Okay, all right. Good.
Character loyalists, man. They're too few.
But that might change. You know, I tried to be a loyalist for MK9 and MKX.
Don't mess it up, dude.
When MK9, I was good with Smoke. I was just better with Sector. And MKX, I just got so comfortable with Melina, I never really wanted to go anywhere. That's all there really was to it. So we'll see what feels right for me. She was horrifying, and I loved her for it. It felt like MK2 Melina all over again, and That's why I never left.
Don't touch me with her. Jesus Christ.
Don't touch me, motherfucker.
Tasty.
And did any of you guys see that championship series video? I think that's what the trailer was called, but it was for their upcoming, like, whatever their fucking esports as hell shit. Did you guys see that?
I skimmed through it, and then I didn't
It looks
watch
it looks super exciting. I'm happy that it exists. It looks better. They have like specific like different divisions. They have one for Europe and they have one for Latin America, which I was happy to see because there are some NRS fans down there. Let me tell you. They also had like a one that I'm interested in. What was it? Is a hometown GameStop division. I'm wondering what the fuck they're gonna do with that shit. And especially now that their online is like they have good netcode. I'm wondering how like that's gonna offset maybe actual IRL attendance. Because I know that Killer Instinct has some good tournaments, thanks to their netcode that are online. But it's really exciting to see how hard both NRS and Warner Brothers are pushing and supporting those sorts of tournaments and whatnot. And with their on-disc features per tournament and their support for that stuff, it's super cool. It's super cool to see, and I kind of want to watch more of that stuff as it happens because it's already looking a little bit more exciting than MKX's ESL stuff. But like that wasn't bad, but they're just pushing it more and more, and that's awesome to see.
Cool beans.
That was the wrong podcast for that. I'm sorry. Let's talk about lore and
we
food.
appreciate competitive stuff.
Enthusiasm never hurts.
Don't be hating,
guys. Tournaments and fighting and Sonic Fox. Just give Sonic Fox the money already. It's okay.
Yep, that's how I feel about those. That's why I stopped watching them. Anyways, okay, so we're gonna wrap this up unless anybody else had anything to mention that they want to throw in there before we're done.
Maybe I just never paid much attention to it until up till now, but I just did the Metropolis stage transition. What is in that car that it knocks a man 30 meters away through the goddamn air and through a building? Much less a man of steel.
Whenever they fucking hit that brick building, it's the best sound effect in the world. fucking top props to the NRS sound guys. They're always good. I always like their sound design people. The music, I give them dirty looks all the time, but the sound design guys, people are on point. Hey, I'm hyped for this game. Who else is hyped for this game? I'm psyched. It's gonna be great.
We're all super hyped. Super duper hyped.
It's amazing.
It's been a long journey, and we're finally there.
You're saying this. You're saying long journey as I'm using Supergirl to bring Superman into orbit around the sun. It couldn't be better than that.
They're late.
I'm hyped that you are enjoying the game.
Yeah, that's
It's good. And I'm
Love
looking
it in
forward.
a little more, why don't you?
I'm looking forward to our. Speaking of which, looking forward to our King of the Hills and stuff. We're gonna have a lot of that going on next week. I have vacation on Thursday and Friday, so I'm gonna be playing the shit out of it, of course. So Wednesday night, Thursday night, Friday night, Saturday night, we're gonna be doing game nights and
their fucking guild shit that they announced.
Oh yeah,
that's like the third you can possibly call a group of humans.
Sure.
It's fucking that's exciting. Hopefully, what if their online shit works this time?
Well,
that'd be crazy.
Gonna say we're
That'd
gonna
be
have.
crazy.
Thanks for bringing that up because I mentioned this on our Facebook group. Which, if you haven't joined already, definitely go check that out because we have like 90 or so people on there. People in the Facebook group, I will tell you this right now. People in the Facebook group are getting priority for the guilds. I think there are only 50 people max from what I remember hearing. So if that is the case, we're obviously going to give priority to those that are in the Facebook group because we can actually talk to them and we interact with them on the daily.
I can't join the Facebook.
No, Django's out just by default. So is Temp.
I'm out.
So they are not allowed in the. No, I'm just kidding. So we are going to have one on Xbox One and on PS4. Potentially, maybe Django can run the one on Xbox. We'll run the one on PS4. Though me, Temp, and Django all have it on Xbox, or will have it on Xbox, so you'll be able to play with us on there. We're going to be doing a lot of King of the Hill streams, mainly on PS4 this time, since we've given Xbox One so much love with MKX and MK9. So there's that. And yeah, we're going to have a lot of game nights and shit like that going on, especially in that first week. I'm going to be we may not be streaming all the time, but we're definitely going to be having King of the Hills going on the regular. And I think the guild is supposed to help get people, because you can see everybody in your guild, so we can invite people easier when we're playing and get that all rolling, as well as I think you help each other get experience faster by being part of a guild. If it's anything like the Halo clans, which I think is what is part of one of the games that inspired it, because many games have something like this, is that by joining this, you all kind of help each other unlock shit faster and get more XP by doing things as a guild and completing things. And yeah, it just helps you organize game nights easier. So we are definitely going to be doing that. So stay tuned for that. I will be putting up a message on the Facebook group when I have all those created, as well as I should be putting a video up on the YouTube kind of explaining how that's all going to work. So expect more organization this time rather than last minute streams. We're going to try and get like set aside nights to go ahead and do this type of stuff. So if you're into that sort of thing, join the Facebook group. It's the closed one. It's not the page. If you want to like the page, that's all great and dandy. That's cool. I'm not going to tell you not to do that, but we don't really use that. So really,
we should just get rid of the goddamn thing.
Really, it's about the private group that's closed, so everything that happens in there stays in there, kind of like Vegas or that other thing.
Oh.
And yes, so go ahead and ask to join that, and I will approve it. I'm also going to put out a video that promotes the Facebook group in general, so that way people that don't make it to an hour and 40 minutes into the podcast can still get in on the Facebook group, because we have some great discussions.
That is a great idea. That is a very good idea.
Yeah, it is a fantastic idea. I'm glad I thought it this long after the fact. Anyways, because yeah, we want more discussion going on. We already have probably 20 to 30 people that post on the regular, and then there's all the other people in the group that chime in here and there. So we have a great community that are very respectful. If people cause trouble, they don't remain, and we haven't had to kick anybody out. So that's kind of the nice part, is everybody that's joined has been respectful and cool. So yeah, so come join, and it's a nice community, and we post all the new, all the news and all the reveals and shit like that as it goes. So it's a nice community, essentially like a forum board or your Reddit, etc. But it's in a nice, more personal manner. So definitely check that out. And yeah, that's all I really have to say here. Thanks for tuning in, guys. It's been a hell of a journey. Thanks for joining it with us. Thanks for tuning in. Oh yeah, last thing. Shout out to Shay Jones. Jones. And her friends that are listening to this, if they are. She wanted a shout out on the Facebook group, and happy to oblige. Glad I didn't forget. And thank you.
Has been listening to us for 2 years, was it now?
That's what she said. So thank you, gracias for that.
Holy shit!
And she's a part of she's a part of the Facebook group. So go ahead and join. And yeah, we want to start having you guys on more as well, more guests and stuff like that. So we've had a few over the past weeks. We had Redman, we had Smokeman, we had Ishii, and we had Brusk. So yeah, we're looking to have more guests on. If you want to be a part of the show, the Facebook group is the best way to contact us, because it's right there in our face, and we can get in touch with you. So
just think, you guys could be me right now.
Well, Django's not really a guest, but
I'm a guest over here.
He's one of us.
He's a part of the show. He's just not a regular cast member.
I'm not another cast guy. It's okay. I have the other stuff that I sometimes do. It's okay.
Don't worry, guys. I'm not Nethercast. Don't lump me in with those guys.
He's a guest character.
I'm not another guest. I can't join the Facebook group. Like I'm just hanging out. You guys could totally be me right now. Jump in there. Be a guest.
You could join the Facebook group. You make it sound like you can't.
I have to make it sounds like hell.
Yeah, it's a rough time. Either way, thanks
I gotta
for
look
tuning in,
at
guys,
people
and have fun with the game. We'll see you next week. Next week we will probably be breaking down our review and opinions of the story. Hopefully we'll all have it done there in the first 2 or 3 days. Usually they're not very long, so that should be doable. And we'll break that down. And once again, we'll be playing the game and having a lot of fun over those few days after release.
On the Warrior Shrine, where we don't talk about lore ever, I'm going to talk about all the bullshit that I'm seeing online, because I'm going to go look in the gear sections, and I want to see what stupid shit people are using online to piss me off and everyone else. I got to find Jackie in this game.
There you go.
So tune into my thing for that. That's going to be fun.
So stay tuned.
Tune in with your tuner.
Tune into the right channel, be it the Nethercast, Warrior Shrine. Yep. Keep it locked on Nethercast. Is that our slogan? I forget.
Sure.
Keep it locked.
We're G sharp. Tune to G sharp, and you can get us. I don't even know.
Right.
This is getting weird.
Stay
None
tuned.
Of you play music.
Same bat time, same bat channel. You guys take care.
Thanks again, Shay, for listening to us for 2 straight years. and proving that that much exposure to us does not cause brain damage. Was worried about that. Cheers.
Now we know. Get hype!
Game's good, folks. You're gonna love it.
None of this sounds familiar to me. Good night, though.
Outstanding.